Alright, today we're heading out to pick up a Mopar, drag one out of the weeds. Who said the Mopars are too expensive? I'm picking up a B-body. It's pretty cheap, and it's something that could be fixed up. It's got a cool body style to it. But Mopars on the cheap, especially B-bodies, everybody knows Chargers, Roadrunners, and Cornettes from 68 to 70 at least are super expensive and hard to come by, so not everybody can afford one. But there's alternative Mopars that are still affordable. You can get some good A-bodies, the early Barracudas, pretty affordable, and there's some good four-doors out there that make a great hot rod, and they're certainly affordable. So hang on, we're going in the mountains and digging one out of the weeds and take her home and see if we can get her going. Save one for the Mopars. Stay tuned. This is what we're up against. Nobody said it was easy to get a cheap Mopar, but you can find them. You can see what we're dealing with here. A Mopar hiding in the weeds. You got a camper, tractor, junk. And you see there, Dodge. And there's a B-body. A classic B-body. And of course, it's four-door or more door, but you can make it a nice police car replica out of it. You can tell it's a 71 by the inset marker lights on the 71 only. Plymouth and Dodge. It's minus one glass. And door not opening. So this car, according to the owner, is set in here for 10 plus years. So it's going to take some work to get it out. There's a mighty small block. Of course, on a Mopar, you can tell a small block engine because the distributor's in the back. On a big block, the distributor would be in the front. And you're looking at this car. I mean, the doors are painted white. It might have been a taxi at one time, or a police car, but it's got the 318. It's probably not a police vehicle, but it has AC, and could have been a taxi. So basically, in 71, you had a 318 option. Well, you probably had slant 6, 318, or I think 383 was still produced. But, you can see it's been buried for a while, and we'll need some work to get it out of here. But with a trailer and a truck, you can go pick these things up. And 318, it's a workhorse engine. I mean, they made millions of them, and they're easy to get running. Now I checked this one when I bought it. I checked it just by trying to turn the fan. It wasn't turning the crank over. Could be AC locked up, clutch and AC locked up, or just from sitting it's locked up. Usually with the hood on, air cleaner on, it stays pretty dry. But this one missing a nut, and according to that guy, he said it was turning like a year ago, but we'll see. If you can't if the engine's locked up or if it doesn't even have an engine, I mean, you can get a small block 318 core pretty cheap. You can get a turn-in one for, you know, a couple $100. And, you know, everybody prizes the 340, but 318 is not too far off for cubic inches. I mean, you can build a 318 to match and surpass the 340 nowadays. The easiest mods would be change the intake out, put a 4-barrel intake for a 4-barrel carburetor, and that would get you some more power, better runnability. Then you can always, for a little bit of money, you can put in a higher lift cam. So you would take the radiator out, and this one, the AC condenser out, and you can pull the front of the motor water pump housing off, and you can pull the cam out the front, replace that without even having to pull the engine. So that's 2 basic mods that will give you some more power, get a high lift cam, and then, you know, last thing is compression. These are all low compression, run on low octane fuel, but you can you know, change the pistons out and rebuild the engine for, you know, not that much money. But it all depends on what you want to do with the car. Like I said, you could maybe get it running. You could throw some lights on top of it, and make it a black and white cop car. Pull that engine trans out, put in a big block 440 or 383 built, make it a hot rod. Plenty of options. Even if it's 4-door, it's still nice body style. It looks nice, profile. So let me get some junk cleaned out around it and get the trailer backed up to it. Then I'm trying to get some air in the tires. Gotta clean this stuff out. Get some air in the tires and pump this thing up. Of course, when you come to pick a car like this up, you gotta be prepared. I'm about 2 hours from my home place, so it's quite a trip, but I just closer to my work than my home, so came after work. So we get this evening to pull it out, and then I gotta drive home. Now, I've prepared, I brought a tank of air. And of course, a small tank of air, you can blow up about 2 tires, maybe 3 tires. So I got front 2 tires blown up, back one on the passenger side blown up, and this guy is not blown up. And it, well, like I said, you come prepared, but I forgot to pack my impact or my deep sockets. So this is the only lug nut wrench I have. It's piss poor because you can see they kind of rusted. I stood on it and got 2 off so far, but it's a chore. Of course, it didn't bring any penetrating fluid or WD-40, which would help in this situation because they're dry and rusted. I did bring a tire. I brought 3 tires actually. Figured one could hold air, but so I'm good for tires if I can get this one off. I did bring a jack. I just packed up the car late. Had a show last weekend, so I was busy all weekend. Packed up the car late last evening. And I forgot to put all my tools in. I got small tools, but no big tools. At home I got an impact. You take those right off. Battery powered, but of course, don't have it here. Now, done me, I crawled in, well, this door will open. So I opened this door, crawled in there, kicked this door open to get the steering, because the steering was not straight. So I got the steering straight, but done me, I closed the door. There it is. It's open. So steering I can get, but Problem is, the transmission is in park forever. So, she's not gonna wanna roll with the transmission parked. That could be a problem. So, I'm gonna have to get this thing off the ground, see if I can shift the automatic transmission by hand at the transmission lever. Fun. I do have an air pump. You can hear it running in the background. I brought an air pump. Well, I keep that in the truck. So I'm filling my tank up again with that, and hopefully this tire will hold air and I won't have to take it off, because that's a pain. But the plan is, a winch helps, but I don't have a winch. So I'm gonna have to use a chain and come along. I'll probably hook a chain to the back axle or leaf spring end and trailer and try to pull the car out of its hole first. Once I get it up on dry land, I can winch it up with the come along. And that'll probably work. That's the plan anyway. Gotta have a plan, right? Now, if you look at this, it says 3/72 was the manufacturing date. And, yep, the tag on the door is a WH46G2. So that means it's 72. But the VIN on the dash, maybe we can see that with the camera. Thought the VIN on the dash was 71. There's a 66997, and that looks like a 1 to me. Yep, 1. 66. 669. 66997. So we're finding this out together. This door does not match the car. Now the guy that had it said the car was a 73, but he didn't have the title. Now these marker lights, like I said, were 71. And since the back of it, has the same marker lights, which is built into the quarter panel, the car is a 71. Now the doors can be changed. Look at the doors. The door looks the same. You know, the interior panels are the same. Now there's a black door, originally black car. So, why does the tag say 72 and the car's a 71? We'll have to investigate. I got extra glass, but not the glass I need. Like you say, this one's rust. It's good for parts. Maybe see if we can get the engine unstuck. 318s, if you can get them unstuck, they run forever. All right, let me get back to it. And I forgot my GoPro. I just got my phone today. I had my GoPro charging. I forgot that this morning. I left the house at 5 o'clock. Get to work early, get here early, and times are running. So, somebody put these big push bars on the back, like trying to make a cop car out of it. I'll get back to work, update you in a little bit. All right, got the tank out, put some air in it. She's coming up. She's holding air, that's good. And by the looks of that, I'm gonna need a shovel. I think I got a makeshift shovel in the truck. But these are all the things you need if you're picking up an old car, especially by yourself. You need to get a shovel just in case, a good jack, air tank or a compressor, some old tires. These tires are just what I use for getting cars. They hold air, they're in pretty good shape, but nothing fancy. You can use anything that holds air just to get it up off the ground. Because you can see when they set, they sink. They sink in the ground, groundhogs burrow underneath of them, and it just makes a mess. Sometimes they're hard to get out of their hole where they died. But we'll continue on. All right, time's ticking. Owner came down and checked on me, and he had a winch and a battery. That's a good thing. So we're gonna hook the winch up to it. She was buried. I got air in the tires. Jacked it up, shoveled it out a little bit. He brought me a shovel too. Nice enough. And I was able to pull it out, hook trailer to it, and pulled it out with the truck a little bit. But it was fighting me because it's uphill and wet. So, but I got it out of the hole. That valve stem doesn't hold air, so I had to keep a tank on it. But we got a winch hooked up. So I think we can just winch it up, winch it on. Of course, usually you want to put the motor on the front of the trailer, so you spread the weight between your axles. So of course the front's heavier, so you don't want the weight hanging off the back. That'll cause you to fishtail, lose control of the vehicle. So this is not ideal, but we'll have to put it on, probably move it up as far as I can. There's a spare tire in the way on the trailer, but since it's small block, it may be doable. I'll just have to put it on there and see. Like I say, it's not ideal putting weight in the back, because any weight back here is going to lift up the back of your truck, and that can get you a serious hurt. Yep. There it is, 9:30 at night. Well, you can't see it, but it's loaded, finally. 9:30 at night, ready to head home. It was a lot of work. All the drum brakes, it has 4-wheel drums. They were locked up, and didn't want to turn, so you had to slide on. Winch, overworking the winch. Battery died on us. Had to use come along to finish it off, but finally got it on. We'll see how it pulls now. Heading home. All right, here she is, a pilot. Getting laid out. Gotta load it up.